Good morning, everyone. Welcome into another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. As always, your host, Dan Hafner here. Joining you all this morning. It is Tuesday morning, my friends. Today's topic is this: running. Why do it? As always, thank you all for joining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So, it dawned on me the other day that this podcast is literally called Run Your Day. And I don't think I've ever talked about running specifically. And this is part of the reason why I started this podcast in the first place. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about running. If you don't like running or if you're not a runner, I promise just listen. And these principles and these lessons will definitely apply to you. So a couple weeks ago, actually, June 5th, I believe it was Global Running Day. For any of you that didn't know, the sport of running has been kind of growing and shrinking over the past decade. It's kind of been a little bit on the downward spiral here as of, at least as of 2018. There's the latest statistics that we have available to us. But, and it's kind of, it's kind of a sensitive subject sometimes. You talk with people and people either love to run or people hate to run, right? And for me, I never really grew up, well, I shouldn't say that. I did grow up. I ran a lot. Like I wouldn't call myself a lifetime runner, but I have been running for many, many, many years. Never really ran cross country while I was in high school, but ever since I've been out of high school, through my football years, through my college years, running has just been one of the sports that I've gravitated to. It's just been something that for me has been. It's just. For the three reasons I'm going to list off of here, it's just something that it just connects you with a deeper part of yourself. And there's more to it than just slogging along, jogging, and hating your life while you do it, right? And the first part of it is because the first part of this three-part thing I want to talk about is running gives you power. Right? Running gives you power. And when you're done with, I just went for like a 2.5 mile run this morning. I'll run at least 3 to 4 times a week like that. Running places you in a place of power inside of your body. Like there's a reason they call it runner's high, right? That's a real thing. Like you think better. You start to get more clarity. It's just like, when you sit around like running water, or, people just say like water is a metaphor for the flow of thought and the flow of the free flow of things. Running does the same thing. You're constantly moving, you're constantly shifting, you're changing, and you're pushing, right? And there's a power that comes from that is just, it's kind of an indescribable feeling. If you're a runner, then you know what I'm talking about. But even when you just work out, when you're any kind of a fitness guru and you just get a good workout in, you get that burn on and you get that sweat and you push yourself mentally and physically, you just take yourself to a whole new level of internal power that is just, it spills over into every area of your life. You start to be more mentally aware, you start to show better in relationships, and you perform better at work, right? Like you just perform better at work. The second piece of this is running is a privilege. Running is something that I think a lot of us, even me, we can take for granted, right? Like there's people in this world that don't have the use of their legs, don't have the use of their body, will never know what it's like to run, let alone a marathon or a half marathon, but let alone just a step. There's people that are stuck in wheelchairs. There's people that don't even have legs. There's very, very unfortunate people in this world that will never know the pleasure of running. And that makes it, to me, a privilege. That makes it something that, I should enjoy for those that can't. And the power of running is awesome. You see it at 5Ks and different race benefits all the time. The power and the just the sheer volume of money that like benefits and races can raise for good causes is astounding. Like you can have some random 5K benefit for somebody that has cancer or something wrong with them, and they'll raise 6 figures of money. Like it's absolutely crazy. Like the power of running that rallies people around a good cause is something that just makes me just want to get into that and keep going as far as that goes. But the third part is running is a passion, right? Like running is something, once you do it more and more and you get better at it, like it becomes a passion. Like I never would have thought that running would be my passion in life, like the one thing that I can count on as far as a fitness routine, as far as what I do to keep myself in shape. I never would have thought running would be it. But the beauty of it is it's so simple. Like all you need is a pair of shoes and just go. Like you just go. You know, I have my own running app now, and you have headphones and you have all kinds of different things. And the reality is you don't need any of that stuff to be a runner. You can just go out your front door and run. It can be that simple. Now, granted, I mean, I do have to plug like myself here. You know, obviously there are great tools and great pieces of gear available to us today that make our performance way better, that make it so much easier to improve, to see how you're actually performing and make it even more passionate, because you can get so involved and so meticulous with your tracking that it can be a game changer, right? But the bottom line is that, you know, running becomes a passion the more you do it. And it's a passion that is hard to quench, because it just, when you're done with a race, like you think, oh man, like, oh, that hurt a lot, but I can't wait to do it again, right? Like it's just a weird thing. And for any of you out there that have run 5Ks or half marathons or marathons, you know that feeling of that immediate like, oh, I'm done. Okay, man, when do I get to do that again? Right? Like it's weird. You wouldn't think that would be the case, but it's what happens. It's what happens, and it's beautiful. So those are the three things I really wanted to talk about today. You know, running gives you power. Running is a privilege, and running becomes a passion. And those are three things that, you know, bring me back to the sport, that make me so passionate about sharing this message with you, sharing this podcast, and also building up and sharing the RunWage app that I have now started. So like those are the three driving forces for me, the three things I wanted to share with you guys. I know it's a little late from Global Running Day, but this is the Run Your Day podcast, so I wanted to have a running topic on here at some point. So yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, or if you haven't had the chance to download it yet, it is free and live on both app stores, on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The new app, RunWage, it is free to download. There are two free programs on there. One is a paid program. I know the iOS version's having a little bit of issues, but that should be resolved hopefully today or tomorrow. But check it out. Like it's really something. If you're looking to still get into a running routine, hold yourself accountable for the summer, try to lose a little bit of weight, get back in shape, or just start up a running routine, the RunWage app is the way to go. It's awesome. It's brand new. It's out there, and it's getting a lot of traction. So download it today. Share it with someone. You know, running is a sport that is growing, and I want it to grow because it's something that's so simple and so beautiful. So, as always, that's going to wrap up the show. Thank you all for joining. Dan Hafner signing off the Run Your Day podcast. Make it a great rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.